Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk is reporting that Deshaun Watson is not happy and a trade could potentially be on the table for the Houston Texans star quarterback this offseason. Let me be crystal clear here. I'm sure, and you heard that soundbite, Deshaun Watson is not happy. I am also sure there is a 0% chance the Texans trade Deshaun Watson. You spend a lifetime trying to find somebody this good. Here's what I think Deshaun Watson was his past year for the Houston Texans. Top 4 quarterback in the NFL. You have Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson. They were the top 4 quarterbacks. Watson was better than Ross or Tannehill or Brady or Roethlisberger or anyone else you want to throw at me. Justin Herbert. Watson was the guy. And he has proven to be special ever since Clemson. He has lived up to the hype, and he got a new contract, and he is the face of the Houston Texans organization. He put up those numbers despite the fact that Bill O'Brien traded DeAndre Hopkins and neutered the team. And listen, I love the fact that they hired Nick Caserio to be their general manager. So well respected, comes from the New England Patriots. And I know you have some in the media elite saying, well, that means the ill-qualified Jack Easterby has say in the Texans organization. Who cares? Nick Caserio is so well respected, and he's phenomenal in terms of picking players and helping shape the juggernaut Patriots forever. And the Texans need help everywhere. And you don't walk into that job and say, you know what? I'm going to shop Deshaun Watson. Now, I know Watson is probably perplexed that the Texans are the only team with the coaching vacancy who hasn't interviewed Eric Bieniemy. Looks bad. But if you hire Brian Daboll, who worked with Nick Caserio in New England, then guess what? That's a tremendous hire. If you hire Robert Saleh and he keeps the current offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly, that's a tremendous hire. I think Daboll is going to be the target. I think Daboll is going to be the guy. And I think Deshaun Watson is dreamy. Caserio was an unbelievable hire. He's not going to trade Deshaun Watson. Look, you could offer him 3 first-round picks, 4 first-round picks, your current starting quarterback, a pass rusher, a shutdown corner. You can never say yes if you're the Houston Texans. There is a 0% chance they trade Deshaun Watson. There's no doubt in my mind there is no player in the NFL, fair or unfair, right or wrong, that's under more pressure than Lamar Jackson as we get ready for Super Wild Card Weekend in the NFL. Look, I love Lamar Jackson. I think he is a superstar. He is playing unbelievable football right now, but he's been in the playoffs twice, and he's been dreadful. I mean, look at that completion percentage. 2 postseason starts, both at home, and he's completed half of his passes. That is as bad as it gets. And, of course, he has Tennessee this weekend in Tennessee, and it's the same Titans team that eliminated him from the postseason in stunning, unpredictable fashion last year. But I think Jackson is playing lights out. And I don't want to hear, well, it was just Cincinnati or the Giants or the Jaguars before that. We're talking about 5 straight weeks where Lamar Jackson has been off the charts amazing. And that includes his heroic performance when you look at what transpired against the Cleveland Browns. The Baltimore Ravens are locked and loaded. I think the Baltimore Ravens are one of 4 teams that could win the Super Bowl this year. You have the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Green Bay Packers, and Baltimore. And I understand that Lamar is under immense pressure, and he's earned it based upon his first 2 starts. I think he's about to punch history and precedent right between the eyes. It took a minute, but we were absolutely spot on in terms of Jonathan Taylor being a star. And wow, we nailed it in terms of Jonathan Taylor leading the Colts to the postseason. Because if he was ordinary down the stretch, they would have missed the dance. He was absolutely positively lights out. In fact, you could make the case, and I will, from weeks 13 through 17, He was the second best running back in the league behind Derrick Henry. He was just named the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Month. We told you Jonathan Taylor was going to be a star, and he was going to lead the Indianapolis Colts back to the postseason. Time right now for Needless to Say. Needless to say, my guy Josh Allen is fired up to have Bills Mafia in the stadium for the first time all year. 6,700 fans will be in attendance for the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts, and it's going to be a show. It's going to be all sorts of awesome, and Josh Allen was unbelievable with me yesterday on my Sirius XM radio show on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Schein on Sports. And look, the Buffalo Bills offense is unbelievable. Josh Allen is sensational. Stephon Diggs is incredible, and Diggs was a little banged up. Cole Beasley was a little banged up. Both cats practiced. They're going to play. John Brown's going to play. Gabe Davis is going to play. And look, we referenced Jonathan Taylor and his domination before. Look, in theory, and this Bills defense is excellent, but nobody stops Jonathan Taylor. Nobody, except the scoreboard. The best defense for Buffalo is going to be Josh Allen pouring on the points and going up 14, 17, 21 nothing or 7 or 3, taking a big lead. And this way you have to chuck it all around with Phillip Rivers. That's not a recipe for success for the Indianapolis Colts. I love the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen to win a home playoff game. And remember the promise I told you. This offseason, they win a home playoff game. I'm jumping through a table to start Tuesday's sizzling edition of Time to Shine. How about Drew Brees, who's pretty fired up to have his weapons back with the New Orleans Saints? Needless to say, Drew Brees knows that getting Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara back, it's everything, and I can't wait for the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears coming up this weekend on CBS. And listen, they've missed Thomas. They really have. You almost forget how amazing Michael Thomas is. And Alvin Kamara is on the COVID list. And this after he scored all those touchdowns against the Vikings on Christmas Day, all 6 of them. And we're talking about stars. We're talking about megastars. And Drew Brees is not the player that he was. We assume this is his last season, last postseason, and he's going to retire and go into the broadcast booth. And at the end of the day, you need Kamara for domination and balance. You need Michael Thomas as a legit number 1. These guys are ready to rock and roll, and the Saints are going to beat Chicago and march to the divisional round of the postseason. Time for a little love or loathe, and the first topic will tie in with that epic throwback Thursday on why I favored Herbert over Tua. Chris Greer, the Miami Dolphins general manager, said yesterday that Tua Tagovailoa absolutely is their quarterback for 2021, and I love that. Absolutely love that. Look, I think the Miami Dolphins, first guess, you saw it right there, made a mistake drafting Tua over Justin Herbert. And we screamed Herbert over Tua forever on Time to Shine all offseason. It didn't happen, and Herbert had a season for the ages. You know what Tua had? A normal rookie season. There were ups, there were downs, and look at the numbers. They won a lot of games, too. He actually played well. He didn't play well in week 16 or 17, which is why this is a topic for conversation, but at the end of the day, Tua is going to be entrenched. You don't even remotely ever consider a quarterback with that 3rd overall pick. Thank you, Bill O'Brien. I think you need offensive line help. You need a big-time receiver. You need a running back at some point high in the draft. And I think the Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores, they won 10 games. They're headed in the right direction. I love building around Tua Tagovailoa. Chase Young wants Tom Brady. I loathe this. And I love Chase Young, but the whole we want Tom and then doubling down on it again. I mean, Chase, why? Why poke the bear? And Tom Brady talked to the press yesterday and said, maybe at the end of the day, it's a little Ohio State versus Michigan. See, here's the deal. Tom Brady is not only the GOAT, Tom Brady is playing at an unbelievable level. Look at these numbers. You watch him play, final quarter of the season, what Tom Brady's doing, it's next level. And earlier in the year, he was having trouble throwing the deep ball. That's why I don't want to hear anyone say, well, it was just the Falcons or just the Detroit Lions. No, he's in a great rhythm and rapport with Antonio Brown. Mike Evans, who was hurt and now is on track to play. You take a look at the relationship with Godwin, with Gronk. Chase Young, come on, don't poke the bear. The Giants bringing back Dave Gettleman. I despise this. And John Mara told the press yesterday, never even considered saying goodbye to Dave Gettleman. Oh, good. Dave Gettleman should have never been hired or interviewed in the first place. He was only hired because he used to work for the team and he would protect Eli Manning's feelings. And basically, he could be a puppet. I mean, just take a look at that record. Remember, he overdrafted Saquon Barkley. He overdrafted Daniel Jones. Listen, the Odell contract and then when he traded him, none of it ever made any sense. Dave Gettleman is terrible at his job. I'm a big fan of Joe Judge, but they needed a new real general manager. If you're a Giants fan, it's soul-crushing that John Mara just refuses to get it.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.